Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome to my second sort of movie update for the month of September. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about some of the movies that I saw, like movies or TV specials relating to film, just everything film related going on in my life this past month. So I'm proud to say this month I watched a whopping total of one new movie. Yeah. And that movie was Adore, directed by Anne Fontaine, who you may know her as the director of Coco Chanel. This movie came out in 2012, 2013, and stars Naomi Watts and Robin Wright. That's who else. And they are two best friends, and at the current point in the movie, they have two sons that are in their late teens, and they all have always stayed at this house by the sea, just from even when the mothers were kids. And then one summer night, stuff happens. That's all I'll say, because I don't want spoilers. But based on the notes that I have written here in my trusty notebook, I'll say that I definitely did not like it more than Coco Chanel. I will watch more movies by her for sure, because I like her directorial style and the way she does things, and her, not her personally, but the cinematography for her movies I've noticed is always fantastic. I would be willing to bet it's the same guy or girl. If I were to sum it up though, I would call it a bizarre parade of nonsense. Yeah, and I gave it maybe 2-3 stars out of 5. I just realized I lied. There was a second movie that I saw this month towards the end of it, and it's called She's Beautiful When She's Angry, and it is a feminist documentary that I saw at the Atlantic Film Festival. That happened during the middle of the month of September. I wish that I could have gone to way more. I was looking through the catalog and I checked off, maybe it must have been like 20 films that I really wanted to see, but from a lack of money and time as I was adjusting to graduate school, I was only able to make it for this last one on literally, I think, the last day of the festival. But yes, it is about second wave feminism occurring in the, it takes place in the US in the 60s and 70s, and oh my gosh, guys. This film was incredible. I love the way the story was told, and all the different facets of feminism and just the politics going on in that time. It was just really good. It made me cry 5 times, and it made me angry a bunch of times, but it was so great because all the people in the theater, like when you go to films like this, you know that they're gonna have a lot of the same ideals as you, or like, yeah, your views. And so at the moments when I'd be like, oh no, they would be doing it right along with me. They'd be getting angry with me, and it was really good. It was quite an experience. Yes, I love this movie. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I think everybody should watch it, and I will leave the links to the trailers for those two down below. The other thing I watched was not a movie so much as a PBS special. It was a 4 hours approximately long 2-episode special about the life of Walt Disney, and it was called American Experience. It's the series on PBS, American Experience, and they did a feature on Walt Disney. And I saw it because I follow the Animation Research Library on Facebook, and they obviously consulted a lot with the production team for that documentary. And so it's the first real comprehensive look at Walt Disney's life that I've ever seen that like was that long and covered so much of his career and his life. Pretty much all of it. Yes, all of it. It did. I really enjoyed it. It made me learn so much about the man. I just took pages and pages of notes, and it didn't really alter my opinions about him, but it gave me some new perspectives and new stuff to think about, and I'm really happy that I was able to finally watch something like this. I'll leave the promo for that down below as well. When I was watching it, you could at that time watch it on PBS, the website. I don't know if you still can, but hopefully. Just FYI, I don't know if you watch any of my BookTube stuff, but I'm going to be having a huge haul coming up in and around my birthday towards the end of the month, but this is going to be a part of it, and I just got it yesterday. It is Leading Men, the 50 Most Unforgettable Actors of the Studio Era. This is published through TCM. They have done several books along these lines, and as you can see, it is just a really big dossier of profiles of old male stars from the studio era. And yeah, I read the Leading Ladies one. And so I've been waiting a really long time to get my hands on this book and read it, and I'm just so excited to. I'm planning on reading it this month. Last piece of news, I wanted to mention a podcast. It is the only podcast that I listen to. I think I heard about it originally in O Magazine like over a year ago, and I didn't realize that it was a consistent thing. I thought there was just a little mention or a bunch of episodes and that was it, but it is a continuing thing. The podcast is called You Must Remember This. It is narrated by a woman named Karina Longworth, and it's amazing. She talks about the first century, so the first 100 years of Hollywood. Just talks about everything. She recently wrapped up a segment of a grouping of episodes that told the whole story of Charles Manson and his relation to Hollywood, because it was quite extensive, way more than I ever would have thought. Before that, she did a group of episodes called Star Wars, which featured on one star for each episode about like World War II and their involvement with it, like what they were doing at that time. So each episode is around 40 minutes long, and currently the round of episodes that she's doing focus on, it's telling the story of MGM and the people within it. So I'm going to leave a link for the podcast down below. The episodes come out every Tuesday, and I would just really encourage you to listen to them because they are so fantastic and so informative. You can just throw it on and do your chores. I listen to it in the shower personally, something I look forward to every week, and it's just great. So I think that's it. I'm not gonna try to like promise that I'm gonna watch a new movie or a new documentary every single month, but I still try to. I do know that on my birthday I'm going to be going to see Suffragette, starring Meryl Streep and Carey Mulligan and Helena Bonham Carter, and I'm just so excited. So that's all for this video, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to comment down below if you have watched any of the movies I mentioned or listened to the podcast, because it's so good. I promise you guys it's worth your time. So that's everything for today. I hope you guys have a great week, and I shall see you soon. Bye everyone.